green and brown, yeah. I am the train, I am the train. I'm flying over Falla Hill and down into the valley. You'll see me coming and I won't dilly-dally. From the city streets and darkened alleys, I am the train, I am the train. I am the train, been gone since '69, but now you'll see me coming down the line. And I can bet you I'm gonna be on time, yeah. I am the train, I am the train. Fountain Hall and Falla Hill, Newton Grange and Brunstein, New Craig Hall, Shaw Fair and Edinburgh's dark lanes. Through the fog, the snow and the cold rain, I am the train, I am the train. I am the train, I'll pick you up at Tweedbank. I'll take you through Galashiels and Bowshank. I'll stop at Slough, Gore Bridge and Esbank. I am the train, I am the train, I am the train. I'll get you at the station, I'll take you to your chosen destination. I'll bring you back again for work or recreation. I am the train, I am the train, I am the train. I'll get you at the station, I'll take you to your chosen destination. I'll bring you back again for work or recreation. I am the train, I am the train, I am the train. I'll get you at the station, I'll take you to your chosen destination. I'll bring you back again for work or recreation. I am the train.
Today we're profiling a man who's been entertaining people in the Borders for 5 decades. George Inglis has been living in the Scottish Borders all his life, and fair to say has fallen in love with the place he calls home. He's a writer and a singer who's widely adored by the many people who have enjoyed his work over the years. He's a man who's never courted stardom. He's been quite content writing and playing his songs for audiences in his homeland. Yet wearing his country music hat, he's enjoyed chart success on the British country music scene with a number of self-penned hits. Well, I sat down for a chat with George to find out about the man behind the songs, someone who has an extraordinary passion for the area. And for someone who performs regularly in front of people, he's quite a reserved man who prefers to let his songs do the talking on stage.
It's the children of the 60s getting old.
I grew up on a farm just along the road there, and it was a very happy childhood. We had loads of animals, horses and cows and sheep and what have you, and really, really happy childhood, I would say.
Where did the music influence come from?
Well, I first heard people like Lonnie Donegan. Oh no, the first music I heard was Jimmy Shand and his band, of course. And I got a wee squeeze box and I played that. And then, of course, Tommy Steele, Lonnie Donegan, Elvis, all these guys came along and I thought I'll have a go at that as well. So I got myself a guitar, had a go at that. took a long time to learn to play that. It was quite a difficult instrument, you know. And by my teens, I was, you know, going around singing at parties and things and like that, you know, and trying to write songs. In the early 60s, there was a folk boom, you know, with Bob Dylan, the Clancy Brothers and all these things. So I ran with some friends. I ran a folk club in Galashiels, and there a lot of the people that came went on to be really famous. Like there was the Corries, Barbara Dixon, to name Billy Connolly, Jerry Rafferty, to name but a few, you know. They all went on to do big things, and we were all just kids at the time, you know. Halfway through that, my father died, and I had to sort of pack it all in and go back to the farm, you know. And so I kind of retired at the ripe old age of 24, 25, you know. However, I got itchy feet and thought I'll just start playing locally around pubs and clubs and places that I could get home to bed every night. And I did that, and I've kind of done that ever since, one way or another.
Interesting you talk about the likes of Jerry Rafferty, Billy Connolly, Barbara Dixon, all these people who came to the Borders. So the Borders was a very thriving music scene back then. It
was indeed. Oh yeah, I remember as a young chap going to see Manfred Mann in Earlston, the little hall in Earlston, where he played. It was a Thursday night in November, but the hall was packed, and Paul Jones got up and said, "Our record, Do-Wah Diddy Diddy, went to #1 this morning." Now, you couldn't imagine that happening nowadays because it's all Adele and all that massive thing. They wouldn't ever be playing in a Earlston town hall, you know. So
now, as well as writing these songs and obviously doing covers of old 60s rock and roll, that kind of stuff, you've made a couple of videos as well. What's been nice is that the videos have been made in the Borders. So the first one was Barstool Cowboy, which was filmed at the Royal in Jedburgh.
Yeah. The Barstool Cowboy was my attempt at writing a line dance, and it was inspired by this guy at a country club I was at, and he looked fantastic. He was a fine figure of a chap. I had the Stetson on, beautifully dressed, and you know, he was dancing around doing all the country dances, and I thought, you know, I bet you've never seen a cow in your life, you know, and that's what the thought was, that he would be just a barstool cowboy, you know. He'd never be on the range.
He's a barstool cowboy, never been on the range. Skin-tight jeans and an old guitar, singing all the songs in the honky-tonk bar. He's a barstool cowboy. He's a barstool cowboy. He's a barstool cowboy, never been on the range. Seen a horse and he's never seen a trail, but he can see the bar when he's hanging on the rail. He's a barstool cowboy. He's a barstool cowboy. He's a barstool cowboy, never been on the range. Well, he won't be around. He's only coming out when the sun goes down. He's a barstool cowboy. Barstool cowboy. He's school cowboy, never been on the range.
And in the video, that was the part of the man was played by Ian Bell, who of course is a local musician, and he certainly fitted the bill there, didn't he?
Yeah, he played the part. The reason was I gave him these snakeskin boots. That's what it cost me.
A few years ago, you broke into the British country music scene, and I think the first big success you had was The Man in Black, which was a tribute to Johnny Cash.
Yeah, well, two friends of mine were going to start a Johnny Cash tribute band, and I thought, I'll write them a song, see if they'll sing it. However, their band never got off the ground, and I thought, well, I'll just sing it myself, and it did very well,
The man in black sang a song, everybody sang along, about a boy named Sue and a big old Cadillac. He sang beating songs and cheating songs and the songs that broke my heart. And I never will forget the man in black. No, I never will forget the man in black. Clouds are high on the hilltop, weather should be fine. Grass is long in the meadow, it's almost harvest time. Everything is growing, everything's brand new. Summer's cup is overflowing, I'm still missing you. Bedroom, there's a bed with a cold and empty space. In the kitchen, there's a table with another empty place. There's a seat by the fire, enough for two. My heart's full of fire, still missing you. You are the reason for all the work and play. You are the reason in everything I say. You are the reason for getting up each day. You are the reason that I feel this way. At night, I hit the night spots, have a drink or two, then I wander home alone, have another few. As the firelight's dying, tell you what I do, go to sleep still crying, I'm missing you. Yes, I go to sleep still crying, 'cause I'm missing you. Oh, I go to sleep still crying, 'cause I'm missing you. I just tried to make a contrast of how
you know, the days can be beautiful, and if there's something emotionally bad going on, it's not too good, you know. It's like, you know, the sun can be shining and it can seem like it's dark to you. And it was like the contrast of everything bursting into bloom. And on the other hand, you would be so down. So that's the nuts and bolts of that song, really.
A very emotional song. And I think, you know, emotion obviously is such a big part of writing, and you know, it certainly affects people when they listen to it because it's very believable. And I think watching you on that video, the emotion really comes through.
Well, that would be good, because my biggest hero would have been Robert Burns. And you talk about songwriting heroes, and he used to be able to do that, you know, portray the emotional thing very well. In fact, yeah, he would be my biggest inspiration.
And do you find it difficult to perform emotional songs like that live?
I don't think I do, and I set off every time, no bother, and sometimes I get caught in the middle. It catches me sometimes, you know, when I don't expect it, you know. Yeah, but any song can do that, or anything. When you're playing, something can happen and it can hit you, you know, because if you play a thing, you never do it the same every night. It happens the same every night on a record, but when you play it, everything's different every night.
Oh, the bonny lasses were playing in the lanes. Some were pooing daisies and some were chucking stings, with a howling o' the cuckoo and the roaring o' the bull. You'll always find a welcome on the braes o' Galley Hill. Last June I asked a bonny lass to take a walk with me. We walked a bit and talked a bit and sat beneath a tree. The summer night held magic, the air was warm and still, so I started off my family on the braes o' Galley Hill. Well, all the bonny lasses were playing in the lanes. Some were pooing daisies and some were chucking stings, with a howling o' the cuckoo and the roaring o' the bull. You'll always find a welcome on the braes o' Galley Hill. Now there's folk that I heard bumming o' the things they've seen abroad, and some of things encountered when travelling on the road. But from New York to Bangkok, and all the tales they tell, they've never seen a thing that's no been seen up Galley Hill. Well, all the bonny lasses were playing in the lanes. Some were pooing daisies and some were chucking stains, with a howling o' the cuckoo and the roaring o' the bull. You'll always find a welcome on the braes o' Galley Hill.
But of course, live shows you kind of come to life when you're on stage, and you know, a big following. You do all the kind of common ridings, you do all the civic events as well. You're kind of the go-to person, I suppose, because of your connection with the Borders, because you write Borders songs. You do a bit of rock and roll, a bit of everything as well. So the ideal party man.
Well, maybe. I'd like to. Well, whatever I'm asked to do, I do. But I've got a wee story there, which is wavy. Way back, a lot of years ago, it was now, this agent from Edinburgh said, would you do me a favour, go and play in this pub in Lanark? He said, it's the first time they've asked me, and if you go in there and do a good job, I'll get the pub every week for the rest of the year, you know, please. And so I said, right, okay, I'm doing nothing. In the meantime, another agent phoned the next week and said, they're opening Deep Sea World. I would like you to play at the opening of Deep Sea World. It's a massive event, you know. And I said, right, on the same date as I'd taken for that little pub. And I said, well, yeah, I'll do it. I'll just have to get a wee gig changed. So I phoned up the other agent and he said, oh no, oh no, they know you're coming, and this, my whole year's wages depend on this. You can't cancel that, you know. So, God, so he was a friend. So I said, okay, I can't do Deep Sea World. I've got to do this other job. So the night came, went to the wee pub in Lanark, put up my stuff. Nobody in the place, and I went away for a bag of chips or something. Came back, nobody in the place. Started playing, nobody in the place. Finished the gig, not a soul had ever come in that place, you know. And I thought, I should have been a Deep Sea World opening tonight. I mean, that was a terrible occasion, that was.
What did he say afterwards?
Oh, well. I'll never let him forget it, though, I can assure you.
What comes across is the sheer enjoyment that you still have going on stage. How long can you physically and mentally go on for? Because there's a few years left yet.
Thank you very, very much. But as long as I'm able and as long as people ask, I will rise to the occasion.
The Fort Bridge came into view, and he began to smile. And when he saw these Eildon hills, his tears began to flow. For now he's in the borderland,